had always believed that marriage was a partnership built on trust, respect, and honesty. My wife and I had been together for years, shared a home, built routines, and talked about a future that, as far as I knew, we were both invested in. I never imagined that behind the facade of normalcy, she was living a double life, eroding everything we had built. The first inkling came from subtle changes: longer hours at work, more time on her phone, small lies that seemed insignificant at the time. I tried to ignore them, convinced that I was overthinking, that love required patience, and that maybe I just needed to trust her instincts as much as she trusted mine. But the uneasy feeling in my gut never left, a constant reminder that something wasn't right. Then came the day that changed everything. I had begun to gather evidence, not out of paranoia, but because instinct had taught me to pay attention. I noticed patterns, traced interactions, and confirmed suspicions I had been reluctant to name. The betrayal wasn't subtle anymore. It was tangible, undeniable, and personal. My wife was having an affair, and every little lie, every missed dinner, every feigned excuse now made sense. I didn't confront her immediately. I wanted clarity, a full picture before I took any steps that could have permanent consequences. I contacted a divorce lawyer, not as a threat, not in anger, but as a preparation to protect myself, my rights, and my future. The lawyer assured me that we could handle the process methodically, but more importantly, that I had undeniable grounds given the betrayal. The confrontation was deliberate. I arrived home one evening, lawyer in tow, papers in hand, calm but resolute. She was unaware, unsuspecting, still operating under the illusion that her secret was safe. When she opened the door and saw us standing there, the moment froze in time. Her face went pale, her lips parted, and then she froze completely, as if she had been caught in the act of a crime she hadn't anticipated being discovered. For a long moment, there was silence. I didn't speak. The lawyer did not speak. I let the truth settle around her, the gravity of the situation fully visible in the papers I held. Every line, every clause, every signature block was a statement that her choices had consequences, that the life she had betrayed was no longer hers to manipulate. She finally stammered, trying to explain, to apologize, to twist the narrative in her favor, but it was futile. The evidence I had gathered, the lawyer standing beside me, and my calm but determined presence left no room for denial. She realized, in that frozen moment, that the game was over. Her betrayal, the secret she had cherished and nurtured, had been exposed, and there was no going back. The weeks that followed were difficult. I navigated the legal process, the emotional aftermath, and the lingering questions of trust and betrayal. Friends and family were shocked, but not surprised. The warning signs had been there, the subtle cracks in the foundation, and yet nothing could have prepared anyone for the sudden clarity of that confrontation. I won't lie, it was painful. Betrayal cuts deep, and seeing the person you love acting in ways that undermine everything you believed in shakes you to your core. But there was also empowerment in taking control of the situation, in facing the truth head-on, and in refusing to be passive in a life that had been compromised by deceit. By the end of the process, the divorce was finalized. The relationship, which had once seemed permanent, was dissolved. And though the heartbreak lingered, I felt a sense of closure, a sense that I had acted with integrity, with preparation, and with a refusal to be victimized further. The moment she froze at the door, confronted with the reality she had tried to conceal, remains vivid in my memory. A turning point, a reckoning, and a statement that betrayal has consequences. Looking back, I realized that trust is fragile, and that betrayal, when hidden, can fester and grow unnoticed until it becomes undeniable. Preparation, vigilance, and self-respect are essential when navigating the fallout. The power of a decisive, calm confrontation cannot be underestimated, and the lessons of betrayal, though painful, are invaluable. Her frozen reaction was not just shock, it was the realization that she could no longer control the narrative, manipulate the truth, or evade accountability. It was a moment of reckoning, one that I had prepared for, and one that ultimately allowed me to reclaim control over my life. In the end, betrayal revealed itself not through confrontation alone, but through the careful, deliberate steps I had taken to protect myself and ensure that truth prevailed.